I would say it's definitely a lot better. I'm not quite where I need to be in terms of like my own perception as a where I want to be as a trader, but definitely you've helped me provide like my trading with a lot more structure, a lot more meaning, and a lot more direction. Right, I know exactly what times I'll be trading, and exactly what setup I'm looking for when I'm trading. I know how many trades I should be taking a day.
Right now, I want you to, I want us to know a little bit more about you. Tell us who you are and what your background in trading looked like before joining.
Hey, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you.
It's going
Uh,
good.
I'm Yobesh. Currently, I'm 24 years old. Live in Texas. As far as like background and trading specifically, I've traded Forex for quite a while, probably 4 to 5, no, probably closer to 6 years. Prior to this, it's like way back, like before college, like at the end of my high school. Started looking into Forex, traded Forex for a while. Never really saw much consistency given that I was trying to do it while doing an engineering degree in college and so on and so forth. And my biggest thing that I wanted to accomplish when it came to Forex was to get funded doing and looking at like FDMO and other like big like Forex brokers or what do you call them, prop firms and so on and so forth. So like back then it was a whole big market in the US when it came to Forex prop firms. But of course, as you know now, they got regulated and a lot of the
That's
big
true.
prop firms and Forex kind of stopped trading with US traders. So that's
Yeah.
been a big shift. So after graduating college, starting working as an engineer, I now have kind of money I can set aside and actually put into trading. But the crazy thing is, as soon as I really started focusing on Forex and really trading more consistently, I was getting ready to start taking more challenges when it came to FTMO and prop firms and Forex. That was literally the time period when everything kind of got shut down in
Yeah,
the
that's
US,
true.
which I can't lie, it blew me. And I was in a huge funk after that for a bit. I was like, damn, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Like, supposed to be my way out. And then that's when I started hearing about futures. It's more regulated.
That was going to lead me to my next question on what made you decide to move from Forex to future. So it was pretty much because of they stopped trading with US brokers and you needed something more
Yeah,
regulated.
exactly. Like, and then you had no choice. Like, for me, like, it's this whole trading shit is make or break type thing. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, if I can't trade Forex in the US with via the way of prop firms, then like, what's the next best thing? And that's how I ended up, like, after doing some research, I found futures.
So what would you say your trading was like before the program in terms of like your structure, consistency, your strategy, and your results?
As far as structure is concerned, there wasn't really much structure when it came to trading. It was like, of course, like I wasn't really big on paying for courses or any like structure providers out there. And of course, back then I was a broke college student, so I couldn't afford it to begin with, right? So there wasn't really much. It was like it was a bunch of different strategies I learned from YouTube, from watching different people trade, and based on all this huge amount of collected knowledge, I would just hop on the charts, look for something that I'll be able to identify as some kind of setup, enter. Sometimes I'll lose, sometimes we would win, but there was no kind of structure on when to trade, what time to trade, how many trades to take a day, or anything like that. So there wasn't really much that. And because of that, because my trading was inconsistent in regards to structure, of course, my results were also inconsistent.
That's
Sometimes I
true.
would win, sometimes I would lose, but I never really saw any kind of long-term success, if I'm being honest. And there wasn't much direction. There wasn't really anything, just very inconsistent, very chaotic.
What would you say your trading is like now after the program in terms of structure, consistency, results?
I would say it's definitely a lot better. I'm not quite where I need to be in terms of like my own perception as a where I want to be as a trader, but definitely you've helped me provide like my trading with a lot more structure, a lot more meaning, and a lot more direction. Right, I know exactly what times I'll be trading, and exactly what setup I'm looking for when I'm trading. I know how many trades I should be taking a day, and like there's a path to follow. Right, if you want to be successful, do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and
That's true.
more times than not, it will work. Even when the times that you lose, it's still as long as you follow the structure. That's all. That's how now I'm measuring my success based on how well did I follow my plan today. It was not really did I make money or not. It's okay. Did I take the right setup? Did I leverage correctly? Did I risk right? And did I manage it correctly through the trade? Win or lose, if it was a good trade, it was a good trade.
So you see, Yobesh, what you've actually done is adopt the exact same mindset and the exact same principles that I really do try to teach. It's not a matter of how much you won or how much you lost. It's just a matter of did you follow your rules? Did you stay disciplined today? And you will notice that once you do that, more times than not, you will actually start to succeed more. And speaking of, I heard you recently passed your Top Step prop firm account. How was that?
Yeah,
Was it
man.
was it a 50K or 100K?
It was a 50K. It
How
was
was
a
that?
50K. Man, it was a blessing. It was like it was a very euphoric feeling because I've been chasing that for such a long time. But recently, like following your structure and following, the trading plan that you helped me put together, I was able to pass it. Now I'm on my way to, getting a payout.
You see, that's exactly what I like to hear, man. So I know we spoke a little bit about it, but I did want to know your three biggest problems that you were facing from before the program. I heard you say you didn't have structure and all that stuff, but I want to know more about like psychological problems with trading.
I would say greed was huge. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be chasing your like big trades, your 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 7. I would be risking a lot, rather than kind of focusing on more consistency and wins over time. I would be looking for those big wins. That was number one. Greed was big. Number two, what would you call it? Like when they like the whole mindset of I gotta get my money back after you lose. That was huge. So I would chase my losses back after I lose. Instead of like, okay, I've lost my 2 trades today, I'm off the market. I'm like, nah, I gotta get it back in blood. You feel me? And of course, as you know, that never ends well. Like
That's
that
true.
never it's rare that that ends well. You just end up losing more after that. And then the last thing I will probably say, yeah, just overall just inconsistency, no structure, just chaotic trading, which if you have no structure, it's really hard to measure success, let alone be successful. You feel me?
I agree. So, my last question for you before I actually tell you what I have for you at the end of this meeting is what would you say to somebody who was kind of in your shoes? Maybe they were switching over from Forex to futures, or maybe they want to find a little more consistency, they want to find structure, they want to pass their first funded or get their first payout. Speaking from experience now, what would you give them as a piece of advice?
So the first thing is like it pays to pay for education, if that makes sense. Right. Because at the end of the day, like if you want to see results consistently over a long period of time, a lot of times, like if you there's someone who has structure, someone who's where you want to be, so it's good to seek mentorship. Whether it's they, whether it's whoever, as long as you see someone who's somewhere that you want to be, it's good to definitely seek that help and seek mentorship. And then the second thing I'd be like, if you want to be successful in trading, you have to introduce a level of structure to your trade, right? If you don't have that level of structure, one, it's really hard to be successful. And number two, it's really hard to measure how successful you are over a period of time if you don't have structure, right? And you have nothing to measure yourself against. So, oh, I made $2,000 last month, but then turn around and lose $3,000, and then you just can't go back and see what did you do right, what did you do wrong, what do you need to do better, and so on and so forth. If you want to see trading success over a long period of time, over years, you need structure in your
I
trade. So
agree.
those two pieces thing are pretty big for me.
I do want to know what your favorite part of the program was. Was it the strategy aspect? Was it the psychology aspect? Was it what part was it?
I mean, if I took a shot for every time I said structure in one of these, I would be picked. Nah, but I would say it's a structure. I think for me personally, the way I see trading is you can be successful with any strategy
I
as
agree.
long as you have structure to it. You feel me?
Agreed.
And even the strategy that you taught me, I've tweaked it a little bit. I've made some changes. I've made it my own. So, but I would attribute my success not to the strategy per se, but to the structure that you put behind the strategy. You feel me? Because you could give two people the same exact strategy, one person with structure, one person without, and I guarantee you the person with structure will see a lot more success than the person without. So I would just the structure aspect of trading.
I agree. So, what I do have for you is if y'all didn't know, me and Yobesh, we only did a 4 week mentorship. So, it was for literally only 1 month. And I pretty much gave him the strategy, psychology tips, and like you said a billion times, is structure. But what I've currently been building is actually a 6 month mentorship. And what we're going to be doing is going much deeper on a strategic basis, on a psychological basis as well. And definitely more structure. I've implemented a lot more rules and a lot more steps and things that you need to put in place that will actually keep you structured and keep your foundation the same. So, the good thing about the mentorship is that we're not necessarily starting from zero. Number one is for intermediate traders. Newer traders can join, but it's for intermediate traders, and we start from where you are at your
Right.
level and then
Mhm.
continue for 6 months. So as of right now, for you, you probably just need help staying consistent.
Right.
You don't necessarily need a strategy and you don't need more indicators or anything. You might just need some more structure to help you stay consistent and overcome some psychological errors. So that's what I was able to do for Yobesh in just 4 weeks. I'm kind of excited to see what we can do in the next 6 months, and hopefully we can start getting you some of those big boy payouts. You feel me?
2026, let's run it, man. I'm excited.
2026, man. Let's run it. I appreciate you taking the call, brother, and more to come. All right.
Man, thank you, man. You're a blessing, man. Keep doing what you're doing.